All right, we've all been there. That super awkward moment when a name you just heard completely vanishes. Poof, gone. So today, we're going to dive into the really fascinating psychology of why that happens. Let's get into it. You know exactly what I'm talking about, right? You've just met someone, they say, "Hi, I'm Alex." And I mean, literally 2 seconds later, your brain is just a blank slate. It's so embarrassing, and you feel kind of rude. But what if I told you it's not what you think at all? Yeah, that's right. Forgetting that name, it's not a sign that your memory is failing you. Nope. Psychology actually shows that something way deeper and honestly way more logical is happening inside your head. It's actually your brain being incredibly efficient. So we need to completely reframe this whole experience. Think of it like this. It's not a bug in your system, it's a feature. It's part of your brain's basic operating system, one that's designed for survival and, being efficient, not for remembering every single person's name at a party. Okay, so here's the absolute key. The problem isn't about your memory's storage space. It's not like your hard drive is full. It's an attention and a meaning problem. Your brain is constantly acting like a bouncer, deciding what's important enough to let in. And, well, a random name, it often just doesn't make the cut. So why does this happen? Well, we're going to look at 5 key psychological reasons that really explain this whole thing perfectly. Let's break them down one by one. So, here's the game plan. We're going to see why names themselves are just plain hard for our brains. Then, how our attention is split a million ways. We'll also talk about why we're so good with faces, but terrible with names, how our own brain chatter gets in the way, and finally, how social pressure basically just shuts the whole memory thing down. Okay, let's kick things off with reason number 1. And this one is really fundamental. It's about the very nature of a name. See, your brain absolutely thrives on meaning. It needs something to latch onto. If I tell you someone is a baker, your mind instantly lights up with connections. You think of bread, aprons, the smell of an oven. But if I say their name is Bob, what does that connect to? It's just a sound, a random label with no context. There's no hook for your memory, so your brain just kind of lets it go. All right, reason number 2, this isn't just about the name, it's about the absolute chaos happening inside your own head the exact moment you're supposed to be listening. And this just captures that mental chaos perfectly. I mean, look at this. While someone is telling you their name, only about 5% of your brain is actually focused on remembering it. The other 95%, well, it's busy planning what you're going to say next, worrying about how you look, and scanning the room. There's just no mental energy left for the name itself. Coming in at number 3, this is a classic case of your brain just doing what it evolved to do best. And this really shows you the mismatch, right? Your brain has entire sections dedicated just to recognizing faces. It's a primal survival thing, friend or foe. A face is this rich visual anchor. A name, it's just a sound floating in the air with nothing to stick to. So of course your brain is going to remember the face and just let the name drift away. It's no contest. Okay, reason number 4 is a little bit of a paradox. It's about how your own brain can get in its own way. Sometimes the more you're thinking, the worse you are at remembering. It's what some psychologists call mental noise. You've got this little voice in your head, right? It's asking, what should I say next? Do I look okay? Am I making a good impression? All that internal chatter, all that noise, is hogging all your brain power. And it completely drowns out the simple, quiet task of just encoding a name. And finally, number 5. This one is all about social pressure. Because meeting new people, let's be honest, can be a little stressful, and that stress has a direct physical effect on your memory. So when you're in a social situation like that, your brain can slip into this mild stress mode, kind of like a very low-level fight or flight. And its top priority instantly shifts from learn new things to don't look stupid. You're so focused on managing how you're being perceived that there's simply no room left for storing new information. The name honestly never stood a chance. Okay, so we've gone through all 5 reasons. What's the big takeaway here? What does this all mean for the next time it happens to you? I really love this quote. Once you understand how your mind really works, you start seeing things about yourself and others that most people never notice. It's so true. This isn't just about forgetting names anymore. When you get this one little quirk, it opens up a window into how the brain works, what it prioritizes, where it takes shortcuts. It's a whole new way of looking at things. So here's the bottom line. The next time you forget a name, and you will, don't feel bad about it. Don't feel rude or stupid.
Instead, just take a second and appreciate what your brain was actually doing. It was focusing on a face, reading social cues, and smartly filtering out what it thought was unimportant data. It wasn't a memory failure, it was an efficiency success.
Kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? If forgetting names is really a feature and not a bug, what other everyday flaws are actually just our brains doing their job perfectly? What other things do we beat ourselves up for that are actually signs of a mind that's working exactly as it should? Definitely something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me for this one.